Hello, welcome back. Today's video is gonna be another installment of me recreating your recipes, your lazy, healthy vegan snacks to be a bit more specific. Last time I did this, you guys left a bunch of really cool ideas in the comments for me to try. Some were a bit more out there than others, but I managed to recreate and adapt a bunch of these ideas, and that's what this video is. I hope you're gonna like it. I had lots of fun putting this together, and that's all I wanted to say. Oh, also, big thank you to Squarespace for supporting this video. Let's start with this one. A frozen breakfast treat made with oats, syrup, and vegan yogurt. I added some small cut oats to a medium-sized mixing bowl, followed by a pinch of salt, because salt and oats just belong together, and some maple syrup. Here's where I'm already abandoning the original instructions. I decided to add some peanut butter. I could also not locate our muffin tin. I think I have it in Berlin, so I just used this little baking tray. The dough, if you can call it that, tends to be quite sticky, so it helps to oil your hands with some coconut oil before you shape the mix into 3 to 4 little cookie shapes. Really press it down tightly so it holds together. This person did not say exactly how much soy yogurt. One batch I topped with strawberries, and another one with chocolate chips. This goes into the freezer for about an hour or even overnight, like they said. Make sure to let it sit on the counter to thaw for a bit. I would say for like 10 minutes, and then they're ready to be eaten. And they're really good. I am for sure gonna make these again, or some version of these. On to this next recipe, which is a result of my first failed attempt at idea number 1. Once again, combine small cut oats with salt and syrup. That time it was rice syrup. Instead of peanut butter, I added some melted coconut oil to it, which in turn made it so I couldn't properly form anything out of the mix. But then my brain had an idea, which was just to dump the mix onto the tiny baking sheet and to put it into the preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius until golden brown. And there you have it, some healthy, basic granola for one. Rice cakes, strawberries, and peanut butter sounds like a good idea to me. I also added some maple syrup here, which is not necessary, I know. But when I see an opportunity to get a shot of me pouring syrup, I have to take it. I also sprinkled some of the granola I just made on top, mainly for aesthetic reasons as well. But yeah, this was super good. I don't think I'd ever had that before. Moving on to this next idea. I love toasts with mashed chickpeas, sun-dried tomatoes, and harissa. Let's do it! First, grab a jar of sun-dried tomatoes, cut up about a handful of those, and set them aside. Add about a half a cup of chickpeas to a breakfast bowl and mash them up using a fork. Add the tomato pieces. Then I added some extra things such as frozen parsley, scrambled egg seasoning, and white wine vinegar. If the mix is still too dry for you at this point, you could also add another spoon of the oil that the sun-dried tomatoes are sitting in. That has tons of flavor as well. Toast up some bread. Unfortunately, we don't have any harissa at home right now, so I used sriracha instead, drizzling some of that on top. If you have harissa paste, I would suggest spreading that onto the toast before you add the chickpeas, or mix it in with the chickpeas and tomatoes in the first place. I finished everything off with some greens because aesthetics and health. And that's it for this snack, which you could easily classify as a meal depending on how hungry you are. Someone said canned peaches with soy milk. I used peaches and peach juice here, and almond milk. I could see this be really good with some extra oats and granola for a nice smoothie bowl. But what if you take this, put it into your blender with a frozen banana, and just blend it up? It comes out tasting almost like a peach lassi, if that's a thing. It's really good. On to idea number 6, which I was pretty mind blown by, I have to say. Sometimes I go for blended tofu and hummus, shape it into patties, throw it in the oven, and done. Preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius. We're using my mom's new food processor here. I added a block of firm plain tofu to it, followed by 2 heaping tablespoons of store-bought plain hummus. Some of the scrambled egg seasoning, which by the way I think is just turmeric, salt, pepper, garlic, and white wine vinegar, which I tend to add to everything these days. I love it so much. So my little sister and I blended this up first, scraping the sides down once or twice in between. And then upon taste testing it, we both weren't fully convinced yet, so we also added soy sauce, some nutritional yeast, black pepper, and fry seasoning. Last but not least, I also added a tablespoon of corn flour to it to sort of help with the consistency, but cornstarch would probably work just the same, I'm guessing. 1 dollop of this mixture equals 1 nugget. You don't have to do much work shaping these since nuggets look pretty ambiguous anyway. Put these into the preheated oven until golden brown for about 18 to 22 minutes. And serve them immediately with any sauce, any veggies you like. These were amazing. I cannot really describe what they taste like. I'm guessing they take on any flavor you add to them, since chickpeas and tofu on their own don't really taste like much. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Like, once I'm done recording this, I'm gonna make these again. I'm very excited. For this last and final snack, I decided to try one of these unreal suggestions. I have a feeling you guys are trolling me with these ones. Or is it the same as the kimchi, apples, and peanut butter situation from my last video, where I wrongly assumed someone would eat those 3 components together and then actually ate that? But like, for the Oreos and hummus person, there's no excuse. And I did indeed chicken out and simply just dipped an apple into some ketchup. Yeah, it doesn't taste bad, just wrong. But anyway, on that note, that's it for today. Thank you so much for everyone participating and commenting. There were so many other cool ideas in this that I saved and I might try in future videos. But for now, I wanted to ask you guys to leave your favorite, super simple, maybe strange, breakfast idea in the comments, and you might be in a future video. Big thanks to Squarespace for supporting this one. There's so many reasons you might need to make a website these days. For school, university, to show off your artwork, for your business. Why not make it with Squarespace? Their templates look really cool and clean and professional, and they make you look like you've been building websites all your life. The whole process is made very easy and intuitive over there. You never have to think about updating anything or installing patches. And if you need extra help, their 24-hour customer service is there for you. Go to squarespace.com/MinaRome or use my code MinaRome for 10% off your first purchase. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Bye!